Yo, what is up, guys? Joker here, bringing you a video on the Path of Exile 3.15 Expedition League launch, not launch, announcement page, right? And like I said, I'm going to be dividing this into a couple of videos to hopefully make it more digestible than just putting out a 45-minute video. That might be a lot, and that would be a lot of rambling, so let's jump into it. So, if my analytics and TikTok have taught me anything, it's that most people can only stand me for about 25 seconds. So, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the video for more Path of Exile and other MMORPG content. And let's jump right into it. So, jumping into it, what is Path of Exile Expedition? Path of Exile Expedition is going to be a league where you essentially go to islands. It's Heist 2.0, alright? So you go to islands and you recover relics for this group of, I'm assuming, bandits. It says they're Kalguran, but I don't know if they're barbarians or... I don't think it specifies what the fuck they are, does it? It probably does. I just probably didn't read it. But yeah. So you get relics for these people, and then you do interesting mechanics with each one of the different NPCs. Apart from this dude, we have not seen what this dude does yet. So unless he's the dude that opens the maps for you, that's the only thing I can think of why it doesn't show us a trade script for him. But jumping into it, so this is just splash art essentially. This is kind of showing you how you activate the explosives. So it's pretty much harvest lines tied to a bomb. So that's interesting. And then this is just demonstrating one of the new skills because that's the only thing I was able to get off this. I mean, it shows you what the island would look like, what the mobs would look like, and then you're using a new skill. And then let's drop down to the merchants. Sorry, I'm going to speed run because I have a lot to get through and I don't want a 16-minute video. So essentially you can come back and double look at any of this, but let's go ahead and check it out because you probably will want to look at it because I'll give vague descriptions as well as you may not agree with my descriptions. So let's jump into it. So we have Shorty, fucking equality because they needed a female character, and then Fat Man. Okay, so jumping into what they do. One of them's gambler, one of them's barter, and then the third one's upselling or exchanging. Now, the difference in this is upselling and exchanging are two very fucking different things. Upselling, in case you don't know, is if you've ever worked in a retail job, is if you sell something, they encourage you to sell more stuff. So like if you work at Home Depot and you sell the stuff to build, I don't know, a fucking tree house, they want you to also sell the nails. They want you to sell the power saw. They want you to sell. So that's what upselling is. And exchanging is completely different because exchanging, if for whatever reason you don't know, exchanging is supposed to be like a 1-for-1 type thing. Like, okay, you need this, I need this, I'll trade you this pair of pants for your pair of shoes. That's not an exact 1-for-1, but that could be an exchange, right? Or, better example, and pretend I'm not an idiot, I'll give you this shirt for that shirt. Exchange. Right? So that's upselling and exchanging. In case you don't know what bartering is a fancy word for negotiating with less steps. And then gambling. Now, this is interesting because gambling's been the core of Path of Exile for a while. People can disagree, but it is. The best part of Path of Exile is the gambling. And that's why so many people do gamble videos. So let's jump into each one of the things. So first up, we got the equality standard. And essentially, if you've played Last Epoch and you used their gambling store, this is exactly that. If you haven't played Last Epoch, then this is essentially a store where you'll open it, it'll probably refresh every so often, and it'll have all of these item bases, right? Now, this is where knowledge is going to come in handy, right? Because of the fact that these are all bases, but since it's a gamble, if it is exactly like last epoch, these items are going to go from the white item to a unique item. So let's say that there is a really good, unique quilted jacket. I can't think of any of these bases off the top of my head that actually have a really good. Wait, sorcerer boots, Skyforth, right? Right? I'm pretty sure. So like with these sorcerer boots, it would be that if you click them, there's a chance that you could get Skyforth. I believe Skyforth is a sorcerer boot. So yeah, so, and that's how it's going to work. Or like with the Kingsmaker, or like with the Impulses, right? So if you go here, it may be worth it. Oh yeah, I'm done contributing. My voice is cracking. No, I've talked for probably 80 hours this week, and then I made 3 videos that took a couple hours, so my voice is fucking dead. But give me a second. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to buy like fucking nope, mints that help your throat. And yeah, so that's essentially this, right? Last epoch gambling system, but Path of Exile. Now, going here, Batman is the most interesting because of the fact that I believe he's getting this item from this chest, but I don't know for sure. I mean, and the other thing, they don't have any items in their inventory unless this person grabs this. That's the only way I can think of it. Wait, 3 red. Yeah, and it's gamma, so it's not going to show the sockets. So maybe they got this from there, but probably not. So going into this is the most interesting, in my opinion, because if this is an item that you can put in there and have him upgrade for currency, that's going to be super strong. Or it's going to be RNG, where you see an item in here that has a good suffix or a good prefix, and then you add another one to it. If it's a rare item that has a couple, you can probably just spam this, and it'd be kind of the same as exalting an item, I assume. I don't know what tier these, if it's going to just roll, because it's literally the same as slamming an item. Then you, what GGG said, what, last league or the league before? Oh, close your eyes and exalt your item. Yeah, no. And then we get to Shorty. Shorty is the dude who's going to barter with you. He's going to say, hey, I want to sell you this bow for 200 of these fucking weird things. You're like, no, I want to only give you 160. Yes or no? Apparently he has a temper. I don't know why they went out of the way to like specify that. Yeah, short temper. So yeah, I don't know why they went out of their way to specify that. So it makes me feel like if you try to short him, no pun. If you try to short him too much, then he'll get pissed off and he may like increase the value of the items overall, right? Or may not trade with you for a certain amount of time or something. So especially since they said that, like they went out of their way to say like, oh yeah, he has a short temper. Oh, and then Danig is the leader, and he wants to facilitate your trades with his countrymen. So I don't know exactly what it means by that because, yeah, I mean facilitate would be like hosting. So I don't know, but and then if you look down here, there's four different currencies, which does tell me that you can trade with the main dude because this is for the woman, this is for the fat guy, right? Oh wait, no, Tujin is the haggler. So this is for Shorty, and then this is for the fat guy, and this is for the main guy. So there is a type of currency for trading with the main guy. So he does have to have his own kind of shop. And we just haven't showed it yet. This is the part getting to where I called it, where essentially you gather a resource and you go on an expedition to go ahead, pretty much delve. You select one of these nodes after you use a resource. I said it was going to be like that, so points to me. But if you look here, there is differences. Dried Riverbed, Crewy Wargraves, Cemetery, Forest Ruins, Wargraves. But if you look, this is Order of the Chalice, Black Scythe Mercenaries, Druido the Broken Circle, Order of the Chalice, Black Scythe. So you're going to have to pretty much choose a type of currency that you want to get. So once again, like I said, originally in my video, thinking about what it was going to be is it's going to be where you essentially get stuff for a faction, because you're only gonna, this shows it like you're only gonna get currency for one of the things. It's good that it doesn't lock you into it, but you're gonna have to run so many maps to get each type of currency for each type of thing. I mean, or you can buy it. That's probably the smarter way, but it all depends on how often these maps fucking drop, dude. What is this guy doing? Wait, he has 7 skeletons and a reaper, but then he has purity of lightning and purity of fire with precision, dread banner, and clarity. I'm not a summoner player, but that does not seem right. Okay, not a not asking. But yeah, and then jumping down at for the end of the video. Hopefully, I can get through this last couple of things and not be too long. Okay, so essentially, this is the most interesting part. I may make another video going more in depth, but essentially, these 4 bosses are introducing a new thing called Ward. What is Ward? Think of it as a anti one-shot mechanic, right? I may make a video that's longer on Ward to explain it a little bit better, but think of it as an anti one-shot mechanic. Ward is going to be a shield that you have that dissipates the first time you are hit. So you've got to think like max block or max evasion, max dodge, where you're not getting hit that often to probably get the most benefit, because it's a one-hit thing. But it mitigates damage equal to the amount of ward that you do have. So, and this helmet is going to be really interesting, because you can easily get 10k ES, right? And then increases and reductions to ES apply to your ward instead. So if you're something like 10k ES, but you do get another defensive mechanic to help you survive, like block, max defense, right? Max dodge, something like that, then you'll be able to survive just a random 10k hit. And that's after, I'm assuming, after it would have to get past your dodge roll, have to get past your block roll, and then it would have to hit that. So it's like a saving grace, right? But honestly, from the items it's given so far, there's not really. Oh, this battle mage crown is also kind of interesting. They really want everyone to have fucking battle mage. Like, the Inquisitor was special, but then they're like, hey, you get battle mage, because there's a battle mage cry, so everyone gets fucking battle mage. But yeah. And then these is a new base type boot. So as you can see, it says 27 ward. So I'm assuming that ward is going to be a affix put on items now. I don't know what items, or if they're just going to throw it into the mod pool or what, or how they're going to get it. Because as of right now, there's only, 3 items that give ward. So unless they go, well, they have to go more in depth. Oh, plus these bosses are pretty cool. You got the 4-arm dude with the penis necklace, and then you have fucking Skeleton King from D3, and then you have knockoff obese pyramid head. Okay, so, and I'm pretty sure there's a 4th boss. Oh yeah, it's literally him. I'm stupid. It's literally death. Okay, but yeah. And then they go ahead, and obviously it's not showing what it drops from him, because that's going to be other drops. So out of these, the only thing I can see really being worth anything is maybe this helmet, maybe, but yeah, I don't see those bases being really worth anything. Because you can get so much more for just using a different helmet or a different pair of boots. So, but yeah, I feel like they're going to throw ward on items, and ward is exactly that. It's it's pretty much an anti one shot that they're throwing in the game, which, I mean, I guess is pretty good. I'm at 15 minutes. Fuck me. Yeah, it's an anti one shot that they're throwing in the game, which is pretty good, I guess, to help you survive. But it's going to be hard to stack it, because for it to be effective, you're going to need like a few thousand ward. Like, there'd be no point in having a fucking 500 ward. So, yeah. Alright, well that's pretty much it. I covered the bosses, the drops, ward, like I said, may make a more in-depth video on warding. The general mechanic, you get these little maps, you run them, you get the currency, you trade it to these traders, and then that's pretty much Expedition. So I was pretty accurate on what I said you were going to do. Alright, but I wasn't thinking it was going to be Heist 2.0, but it seems super Heist 2.0-y. But since it is at 15 minutes, and I do want to end this video, I'm going to go ahead and like everyone who watched. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you. Oh, hey, voice crack. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Over the next week, I'm going to be putting out a lot of Path of Exile content. Probably some build ideas as we get that information, some useful websites, some useful macros. That way you can go ahead. Some useful tips and tricks. Some useful tips and tricks for the start of a league, because I may not be the fastest, but I usually get to kill and Cirrus effectively in like the first 3 days. So it's a bunch of tips and tricks for that. Alright guys, well, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I don't know if I said that. Sorry, short-term memory. Don't do drugs. I don't do drugs. But just don't do drugs. Okay, that was a weird tangent. Fucking ignore it. Why am I rambling? After work in like 10 minutes. That's probably why. Alright guys, but yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay up to date, and until next time, take care.